know you walk to the beat of your own drum, just to help overcome.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a more serious type of video. So I'm going to be opening up about my anxiety and my depression. So yeah, we're just gonna hop right into the video. Yeah. So basically, I'm just going to be opening up about my struggles and like how I came about getting a diagnosis, a diagnosis, and everything with anxiety and depression. So basically, I have always been a more anxious type of person. I would always just like focus on time. Like if I had to be there at 10:30, then I wanted to be up to get ready at like 8:30. I wanted to be out of the house by 10, and if things didn't go that way, I would get very anxious. And as I got older, it got worse. I always feared what people thought of me. I was always very shy. I would never put myself out there. I would be studying in class and would know the answers to every question they were asking, but I would never answer just because I was terrified of what people would think and, oh, I could have the wrong answer and all this and that. So I always knew that I was anxious, but I never knew what anxiety meant. And then I went into the 8th grade. And in the 8th grade, it seemed to have gotten 10 times worse, to the point that if I would get too anxious, I would pass out. I was in the process of being tested for POTS, and when they did the tilt test, the doctor started messing with my anxiety and I passed out. So he then decided that it was my anxiety causing me to pass out, which I have to go back and be tested because we think there's something else going on too, because I pass out 2 separate ways. But anyway, another story. So he was like, it's her anxiety, we will try to do things the natural way. We'll get her a counselor. Well, she needs to like go on walks and stuff when she's feeling anxious. And he said if it doesn't get any better, we're going to put her on an antidepressant that will help anxiety. So, I left that doctor's appointment and was just like sitting there thinking, being diagnosed, like that makes sense. I've been extremely anxious, stressed, and everything. So I started to get better. I didn't go on any medication at that time, but I would still have problems. I just kind of like taught myself how to cope with it, and I didn't like the idea of going on medication for it because to me it just, in that mindset, I felt like if I went on the medication, then I wasn't trying to help, like I wasn't doing it for myself and I was doing it the easy way out instead of actually trying to work through my feelings, which I've learned is not the case. So anyway, my anxiety started to get better. It still was there. I, in the 8th grade, also started having panic attacks. And my panic attacks aren't like hyperventilating or anything like that. I will just start crying. And I'll need to be alone and I'll be extremely moody. And also my panic attacks can literally cause me to pass out. So like my body just doesn't handle stress very well at all. And obviously with having EDS, stress causes flare-ups, so you really have to watch all the stress you put on yourself. So, in the 9th grade, I was very anxious going into school because I was afraid, oh, these people are going to talk about me. And like, I literally feel like everybody is talking about me constantly. Like, if I'm sitting near somebody and they turn away and whisper into somebody's ear, I literally think all the time, oh, they're talking about me, they're acting like my friend, but I know that they hate me. Like, it is so bad. And it's just really hard. But anyway, in the 9th grade, I was anxious to go back and everything. Everything was fine. Once I got used to my schedule and everything, I was completely fine with all my classes. And I liked most of everybody that was in my class. And the year was smooth school-wise until towards the end. There's been some drama that I cannot talk about on here yet. I do want to talk about that at some point, but right now I'm not permitted to talk about it. So anyway, a couple months into the school year, actually about a month into the school year, my brother was in a car accident and died. That brought a lot onto my plate. I had a bunch of guilt built up. I had a bunch of panic attacks happen. I did not sleep for 2 weeks. My grades were starting to drop. I wasn't doing my schoolwork. Everybody just started to notice that I was not the same person that I was before, which obviously I'm grieving and I'm going to be different. But it was extremely, extremely bad. So my mom called my pediatrician and told him what was going on, and they put me on a medication to help with anxiety and stuff that I had to take 4 times a day until they could get me in to put me on an antidepressant. So they got me, this was on a Wednesday, they got me in on a Friday. I went in and just started telling them how I felt. And like I said, I literally was not sleeping. I was crying all night. Nothing made me happy anymore. All that I could feel was I did not go around my brother enough. I didn't do this enough. I didn't reach out enough. I didn't do this. I didn't do this. All that was going to my head, and that's all I could literally think about. I felt like the worst sister ever. And so when I was telling the doctor how I felt, she was like, okay. And I just told her, I said, I don't feel like doing anything anymore. Like, nothing makes me happy anymore. And she was like, we're going to put you on Zoloft. So she put me on like 25 and told me to cut it in half because she didn't want to put me on a high dose yet. She wanted to see where I needed to be at. And she recommended that I see a counselor. So she called my school and told them what was going on because me and my siblings don't have the same last name. I am Perry and they are a whole different last name because I have my mom's last name instead of my dad's. So no one really knew besides the teachers that I was extremely close to what had happened unless they had read the paper and seen my name in his obituary. So I had one teacher that if I was like really, really struggling, I would go and sit in her classroom and she would just help me, and she was just amazing. And so I got put on the Zoloft. I started seeing a counselor, and things got better for a while, and then I had to up my dosage again. Well, up my dosage, and then things got better for a little bit, and then I had to up my dosage again. Things got better for a little bit. I had to up my dosage again, and that's where we're at now. I feel that it's up to a good level now. I'm not going to talk about how much I'm on now or anything like that. But I feel that it's at a good level because I still want to feel my feelings, but I don't want to feel them to where I feel like the worst person ever and like not wanting to do anything. But I struggle extremely bad with severe social anxiety. So I literally cannot go out into, like, we had our fair here. And everybody was like, Kriya, you need to come. And if I was to go to a place like that, I would have to use a wheelchair. And that literally brings me so much anxiety. It is not funny. Thinking about people not seeing what's wrong with me and judging me literally makes me so scared. I do not like people judging me at all. It doesn't work. So I wouldn't go. I had people ask me to go to a family reunion where I don't know very many people there, and my anxiety is so high that I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And I always feel like if I go somewhere new, I have to tell people about my condition, because if I don't, then when something happens, I'm going to get weird looks and have people judging me. But then I also have people judging me because I'm telling them about this condition that they don't know about. So I just fear being judged. My depression comes along with not being able to do anything I used to do before. But I have my days, but I can normally bring myself out of it. I have dreams that literally feel so real that it will wake me up in my sleep with me crying, screaming, anything like that. They're dreams about my brother's death, like me being there, and it seems so real. I have dreams about people kidnapping me, and those seem so real that I literally feel the person grabbing me and like people putting their hands around my neck to try to choke me. And like, we don't know what's causing we know what's causing the ones about my brother. I try to shove all my feelings to the back of my head and get through the day. So then my brain tries to bring all of my feelings up at night. But the kidnapping, we have no clue where that's coming from. My counselor was trying to figure that out, but he recently got a new job, so I have to get a new counselor. But we were trying to figure it out together. Nobody has worse depression than another person. Everybody's going through their own battle. And I don't think people should judge people for having depression or anxiety. It's something that we cannot control that happens. It's not like we ask for it to happen at all. I mean, I don't want to wake up every morning thinking that people are judging me. I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night because I had a dream that seems so real that I thought it was happening. I don't want to be up all night crying. I don't want to be taking a shower and having a mental breakdown. But it happens. I handle it the best I can and I move on with the day. That's the only thing I can do. When I'm having a really bad day and don't want to get out of bed, I think about my little sisters who want to see me and who want me to do things with them. I think about my family. I think about my friends. I think about my boyfriend. I think about all those people who I care so much about that I need to get up out of bed. I need to get through this day. If you have anxiety or depression and you need help, I'm leaving my Instagram down below. Please, please, please contact me. I don't care what time it is, contact me. I will do my best to help you. Obviously, I have my own mountain that I'm climbing, but I can stop and help a friend get up their mountain. Trying to think if I have anything else to say. Basically, I've been having anxiety for as long as I can remember, and I've had depression diagnosed for about 2 years now. Like I said, I am on an antidepressant, and I still take that anxiety med that they gave me. I don't even remember the name of it whenever I need it, because the antidepressants every night, but the anxiety meds is when I need it. So, yeah, if you have any questions for me, leave them down below and I will answer them. I don't care how personal you think it is, just go ahead and ask. I am very open about everything and am not afraid to talk about anything. It's just taken me a while to be able to sit down and make this video without bawling my eyes out. So I've tried to film this video 3 times and have bawled my eyes out and haven't been able to get through it. So finally got through it today, and it's actually quiet today too. The last 3 times I did it wasn't the best, and I know that the lighting isn't the best, but it's the best I could do for right now. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment down below, and subscribe. Bye.